You know, there's a story I've never been able to forget. Over a century ago, deep in a Himalayan monastery, explorers discovered an ancient stone tablet. Carved into it was a mysterious breathing technique called the 111 breath. They say this technique was so powerful, it was hidden for over 100 years. Why? Because if people truly practiced it, they would become independent, no longer relying on outside systems of control. You know, there's a story I've never been able to forget. Over a century ago, deep in a Himalayan monastery, explorers discovered an ancient stone tablet. Carved into it was a mysterious breathing technique called the 111 breath. They say this technique was so powerful it was hidden for over 100 years. Why? Because if people truly practiced it, they would become independent, no longer relying on outside systems of control. We all know breathing keeps us alive, but few realize your breath is also the key that unlocks your entire nervous system. Every time you inhale deeply and slowly, that signal travels down the vagus nerve, the longest nerve in your body. It tells your heart, your brain, every cell, we're safe. We don't need to be tense, fight, or flee anymore. And when your nervous system receives that safety signal, your brain instantly shifts. It moves from survival mode, where you worry, stress, and react, into creative mode. This is when you can learn, love, connect, and even heal. A Harvard study once showed, after 8 weeks of deep breathing and mindfulness practice, people's cortical thickness actually increased. That means memory, focus, and decision-making all become sharper. Even better, breathing can influence gene expression. It activates genes that support cell repair, reduce inflammation, and lower stress. This is especially crucial after age 50. Our brains naturally slow down during this stage. But thanks to neuroplasticity, we can still learn, adapt, and even rejuvenate. And breathing is one of the simplest ways to do it. So, what exactly is the 111 technique? It's very simple. Just remember these 4 numbers. 4, 4, 8, 2. Inhale for 4 counts. Hold for 4 counts. Exhale for 8 counts. And pause, holding the silence for 2 counts. This is called the quantum pause, the moment your body and mind enter a state of synchronization. When you repeat this cycle 111 times, your brain enters the theta wave state. These are the brain waves of creativity, deep memory, and even the waves you experience in dreaming. Picture it this way. In the emptiness of your lungs, your mind stops chasing tasks, worries, or memories. You're in a pure space, a place where you can plant a new belief. Science calls this quantum coherence, a kind of inner synchronization. That's when your heartbeat, brainwaves, and cellular vibrations all resonate together. And the remarkable thing is, when you change your internal frequency, you also begin to change your external reality. You might be thinking, this sounds great, but does it really work? Let me share 2 real stories with you. Linda, 59, had struggled with insomnia for years. She tried every pill out there but woke up exhausted every morning. After 1 week of practicing the 111 technique, just 7 minutes each morning, she called me and said, "Doctor, for the first time in 10 years, I slept 6 straight hours without waking up." Then there's Richard, 65, a retired engineer. He once admitted, "I realized that for years, I'd been breathing anxiety. But thanks to this technique, for the first time, I feel like I can choose to breathe hope." And it's not just about sleep or mood. Many of my patients say that with this breathing practice they communicate more easily, lose their temper less often, and even heal long-standing family conflicts. You see, sometimes changing just one breath can change your entire world. Here's a small but powerful tip I always share with my patients. Keep a journal after each breathing session. Each morning, after your 7 minutes, write down what you dreamed about, how you felt, and any small moments that made you smile. You'll be amazed to see how those pages begin to capture your transformation. Less anxiety, clearer dreams, and even surprising coincidences showing up during your day. Because when you write it down, your brain sees it as a signal of a new reality. And that simple act helps you step more quickly into the change you've been hoping for. And now, I want you to pause for just a moment. Ask yourself, how many years have I lived without truly breathing? Maybe this is the moment to begin again. Not with pills, not with expensive programs, but with the breath that has been with you since your very first day. I invite you to try the 111 breathing technique for the next 7 days. Just 7 minutes every morning. Then come back here, leave a comment, share what you dreamed, how you felt, and how your life began to change. Because your breath doesn't just keep you alive, it's the bridge between your body, mind, and spirit. And sometimes, just one intentional breath can open up an entirely new life.